Hello everyone, Jack here. Today I'm putting out a video that is aimed at informing people some of the basics of Blizzard's upcoming action strategy game, Heroes of the Storm. Primarily, I will compare the differences of this game compared to other games of its genre, such as League of Legends or DotA2, so that when you play, you won't make the same mistakes I see many new players making on a daily basis. So let's dive right in. As with many games of its kind, each hero in Heroes of the Storm has its own unique abilities. As usual, heroes generally have 3 primary abilities and a heroic ability. Unique to this game, however, is the way leveling up and ultimate abilities work. Each hero actually has 2 ultimate or heroic abilities that can completely change how a player builds a hero. While on the topic of builds, they are a completely changed feature of this game since there is no item shop within the game itself. Builds are based around changing a hero's talents, which you can choose one out of a list of several every time your team reaches a particular level in a match. These allow you to completely change how a hero is played, and it adds a huge amount of variety in my opinion, without adding the repetitive builds of the same items on every character that other games seem to have. Now into the interface of the game. The first thing to note is the controls. Right-clicking moves your hero around. A plus left-click is the attack command. Right-clicking an enemy can also be used, however, but that yields far less accurate results in big team fights. Your skills are toggled with Q, W, E, and R, and for those that choose to take talents and optional skills, 1 through 5 could also be used. Z is used to summon your hero's mount for faster map movement, and L can be used to lock or unlock the player chase camera. Next comes the Hero Information panel that contains a list of your currently available talents to gain if you have leveled up, and an overview of your health and or mana if your character is a mana-based hero. At the bottom of your screen is the hotbar that shows your skills, all of which are available from the start of the match, no waiting on putting points into them to be used. And on the right, a mini-map that shows the flow of battle, which is probably the most important aspect of the user interface because it allows you to keep up with what the rest of your team is doing. But if there was an object more important than the minimap, it would be the team level bar at the top of the screen. That's right, team levels. Unlike other games of the genre, Heroes of the Storm puts its full sights on teamwork instead of individual levels. Everyone on a team levels at the same time, taking out the need to have characters farm lanes individually or to split up at the start of the match to be efficient. Actually, to be successful in Heroes of the Storm, team fighting and objective taking is encouraged from second one. That's right, for those of you out there that think they can grind out their levels and dominate a game by themselves, you will find yourself struggling to keep up with this system. The weight of success lies on the team as a whole a lot more than in any other game. A quick note on the mount feature of this game. If you are trying to move between lanes to help your team, please just hit the Z key in between. It takes just a second to summon your mount, and the speed increase in your movement can easily change the sway of battle when moving to support your team, or to run away when you see danger coming. You can use skills off your mount, which will instantly demount you and allow you to jump right into combat. So now let's talk objectives. Much like other games, the goal is to push down your opponent's lane and destroy their base at the opposite side of the map, while slaying waves of your opponent's minions. However, there are a few things added to keep this from being a repeat of other games out there. Instead of having just a tower guarding each tier of the lanes, there is a whole group of buildings called forts, shielded by 2 towers at the entrance of each, and a gate, all 3 of which will need to be taken out to gain access to the inner fort. Towers not only have health that needs to be closely watched, but an ammo bar. Wait until a tower is out of ammo, and then it will be virtually defenseless to your team's pushes. Once you get past the 2 main towers, there is also 2 other key buildings to look for when pushing down a lane into a fort. The first is the fountain, that allows you to gain a chunk of your health regen upon activating one in your own team's fort, so taking these out in an opponent's fort is key to keeping the battle in your favor. The second building is a castle, which is the main reason to take a fort down. Castles are where the minions of each lane spawn, and there are usually 2 to 3 in each lane. Once a castle is destroyed, the rest of the fort will be shut down, causing minions to be spawned at the next tier along the lane. Now I'm going to give a list of things that are a little bit special about Heroes of the Storm. First of which are the watchtower locations, often the locations that determine which team takes the lead at the start of each match. These quickly contested locations give a wide area of vision to the team that controls them, so the longer you control a watchtower location, the more map control your team will have. Another unique aspect of this game is the way that NPC camps work. Not only do they give your team a larger chunk of EXP for killing them, but after you defeat them, they will move into their closest lane and fight alongside your waves of usual minions. This can be very useful when you need to put pressure on a lane while your team is going after other objectives. Which brings me to the final thing that makes this game so great: bonus map objectives. This is by far the most important aspect of this game, and I can't stress that enough. If you try to just rush down lanes to win, you will most likely lose every time. The bonus map objectives, or as I have labeled them here, easy win objectives, are identified by the loading screen of each map. When loading a map for the first time, make sure you read what the bonus objectives are on the loading screen. And when they spawn, move with your team as a whole to take them before the opposing team. These objectives can end a match dramatically faster and should never be ignored. But they won't be easy. The other team will be racing for them as well, which means team fighting is almost forced upon you within the first few minutes of gameplay. Farther taking away from the solo player mindset a lot of new players come into the game with. If you want to win, you better learn how to play nice with others. That about sums up this quick comparison guide. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and I will do my best to answer them when I can. If you haven't already, I recommend buying beta access for this game and getting an edge on players waiting for the full release. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the battlefield.